Hello my friends, welcome to the Dragon's Den, when I hoard all these headphones and IMs in ear monitors. And today I will show you my collection of IMs, which will be both a review of how they sound and how they look, and we will choose the prettiest one, the most elegant one, and also the best sounding one. So, let's start! With no further ado, I present to you one of the most beautiful IMs in the world. This is Final Audio Lab 2. It is a funny thing because I am the only person in my country, I come from Poland, I am the only person here in 40 million people country that owns these headphones. These cost about $4,000 or $300,000 and $500,000. It is 18,000 zlotys, Polish new zlotys in my country. This is big money for the people in this country. Nevertheless, I was the most crazy one and bought it. So, only 200 pieces in the world. On the photos, which I will ask my cameraman to insert here, they look very nice. They really look very elegant and pretty crazy. Let me show them to you. Okay. So they come in this metal package, which you probably can't put in your pocket. It is very heavy, so it's mostly for indoor use. To take them out, I will have to take them into a pouch or something. But in terms of how they look, there is one headphone that looks even better. And this headphone comes also from the same company, Final Audio, and it is called PianoForte XG. Well, I don't know if you see this on the camera, but when you compare them head to head, really XG is more elegant. So, let me untangle both of these and I will show you how they fit in my ears. Welcome back. Now I have my earphones untangled, and this is how they look. You put them in your ears without any plastic tips, and this is why they are very easy to use. Well, I put them in my ears, I don't have to put plastic tips, so there's no seal off, but it's very easy for me to take them out, have a conversation, put them in again. Someone speaks to me, I take them out, have a conversation, put them again. So it's very easy to use them in practical day-to-day life, for example in office or in coffee shop. So I found them very ergonomic, if I may say so. Some people don't like them because they don't fit good in their ears, but I personally find them the most comfortable headphones on earth, probably. And one thing you may notice is the headphone is made from metal and the cable is pretty light. It's not plastic, it's in some kind of material, and gold with black looks quite elegant. So, when I put them in my ears, they may fall out, but they don't fall out very easily, as you may see. And if I don't want to risk them falling out, because they are very expensive, I take the cable around my neck. This way, if they fall out, they will still hang around my neck. So, this is Pianoforte. And based on Pianoforte experience, Final made Lab 2, which is quite different really. Made from titanium, it is very light. And the cable itself is pretty heavy, especially with this metal splitter here, which looks nice, but adds to the weight of the headphones. So when I put them in my ears, they are very light, the cable is heavy, and it's very easy for them to fall out. Here they go. So it's risky for you to wear them around your house or outdoors. What I do is also the same. I take the cable around my neck. But they don't feel as good as Pianoforte X in my ears because of the lightness, because of the risk of them falling out. So, in terms of ergonomy, Lab 2 loses. In terms of ease to use, Lab 2 loses. But in terms of the sound quality, Lab 2 is one of the greatest headphones I have in my whole collection. But I will come to this in a minute. Let me first show you the other two headphones that are in the Pianoforte collection. XG is the most expensive one, but we have also 3 times cheaper Pianoforte made from brass, I think. This is how it looks like in front of the camera. So this is brass and this is gold. It's not made entirely out of gold, it is chrome copper covered with gold. So they may look pretty similar on the camera, but in reality the gold one looks much better. Even though the brass one is also very elegant, as you may see. And we also have here Pianoforte 9. So the brass was 8, X means 10, this is 10, G as in gold, and we also have the 9 version, which is made entirely out of steel. This is how they look like, and it would be best to compare them with Lab 2. Lab 2 is made of titanium, but they look similar in terms of color. Lab 2 looks probably better because of how it was made as an more open headphone. What can I say? Also, Lab 2 feels less comfortable than the Pianoforte series because of the detachable cable, which you may see here, and this thing here, the connector, really makes these headphones less well suited in your ears. As you may see, this connector is very big compared to my ears, and Pianoforte series don't have a connector, and they are criticized for it, but in terms of ergonomy, they feel better because of the lack of the connector. Also, in Lab 2 we have a completely new cable made of silver, which is also sold separately. I have bought this cable for my Edition 5 headphones, Ultrasone. This headphone costs in Poland around 1,000 zlotys, which will translate to probably $200 in US. And it is very high quality, I would say. I don't know how it compares to other cables, other companies, but I found it to really make the sound of my Edition 5 headphone much better than the stock cable. I don't know if the cable in Pianoforte is good or bad. People criticize this cable because it doesn't look very good. It's not thick, but it can be thick because these are IMs. However, it's very hard to recable them because you would have to open the metal jacket, and when you open it there is risk of destroying what's inside. So, let's speak now about the sound quality. In terms of sound quality, the most neutral ones are Pianoforte 9. They really sound like, I would say, a studio version of Pianoforte. Pretty flat response, pretty good sound quality, they sound very good, but I would say they lack euphony, they lack the soul of the headphone. There is nothing there. So if you prefer studio quality, Pianoforte 9 may be for you. In terms of euphony, the 8 version and 10 version are much better. Pianoforte 8 is a headphone that is very mid-based, around the mid-tones. So there is bass, of course, there are trebles, of course, but they are a bit rolled off, and it is very smooth. So I would say they also have a great sound quality, and what you have to know is that all of them have the same driver, but they are made from different metal, and there are some nuances put into the driver that makes them sound a little bit different. Also, Pianoforte XG, I have asked my dealer if they sound the same as the chrome copper version, which you may be aware of. The chrome copper version would probably look more like the steel version, probably a bit better. And the X version is probably the most controversial one. Why? Because it has the most reverb. You have to be aware of the reverb here. The sound is the smoothest. It is a bit far away. It is also a bit mid-ranged, as in the whole series. But whether you like the reverb or not, it depends on you. It also depends on the day. And I have some days where I find them very good, and I have some days where I can't listen to them. So, Pianoforte series is probably not a headphone that you would easily compare with other headphones, as for example with Sennheiser IE800, which is some kind of a reference, because it's really hard to compare them. This is like a different story. They don't have the ear tips, so there is no sealed close off from the rest of the world, so they sound very open. So it's like having in-ears that are not closed. It's strange phenomena. You have to hear them at least a few times in your life, and you can't do A/B tests with other headphones. Why? Because these headphones need to be listened to for, I don't know, 15 minutes, half an hour, to really appreciate the difference. And it is not a headphone to compare. When you compare headphones, you would probably choose the headphone that has very clear highs, is very technical, is very analytical. For example, Beyerdynamic Ultrasona Edition 5 will win in a quick A/B test. But when you listen to these headphones, you really should chill out, chill off, and take your time. So, when I compare all these headphones, I really can't do this. I really can't compare them in A/B tests, but most of the time I find Lab 2 sound the best. It is probably one of the greatest headphones in my collection. It has a very rich sound, it is warm, it is very intimate, it is one of the richest sounds in my whole collection. By rich, I mean euphonium, I mean how much information is in this music. And this is not purely technical information, it is like you come into a different world. A world where this music is like a beautiful painting, like you are surrounded by music, which is the most beautiful music you can hear on headphones, probably. If I had to choose from all these headphones, I would definitely choose Lab 2, and I am very happy with the purchase. I'm not so sure whether I'm happy with X, G, or with 8, which I own, and the 9 version is borrowed from my dealer. And I'm not sure whether I should buy it, really. Why? Because when I own Lab 2, I know they are the best. But if I didn't have Lab 2, let's take them away. Which one would I choose? Which one would I choose? I think it's a hard decision whether to be a collector of the series, because these are one of the prettiest headphones, organic headphones in the world, for me at least. but they are also very expensive. I think that XG is not worth the money in terms of sound quality. It should be a bit cheaper. Final is a quite expensive company because it's Japanese, maybe. I think that the most neutral ones are the Nines. I think that if you are interested in XG, you have to listen to it first because of the reverb. Maybe you will like it, maybe you will not. In terms of price per quality ratio, the 8 and 9 are much better than X, which is 3 times more expensive. And really the sound quality doesn't improve this much. You have to trust me on this one. The 8 version is already a very good headphone. It has a pretty nice sound quality. So if you like the series, you can just buy the 8 version and it will be okay. But the 9 version is less controversial because the EQ is flatter, there is more highs, a bit more lows, and it's more studio quality than the 8 version, which is more around the mids. So, I think this would wrap it up about Pianoforte. If you have more questions, you can write me in the comments. And in the next video, I will compare the series to the other IEMs I own. And I will only show you. One of the IEMs I would like to compare it to is Lila. Lila 2, to be exact. This is made by Jerry Harvey Audio from United States for Astel Kern, which is a Korean company, as you may know. This is how they look like, and I would like to show them to you only because they are also made from titanium, and there are not so many headphones that are made full of metal, that have full metal jacket, as they call it. So this is also one of the prettiest headphones I have. Well, I don't have them, I have borrowed them from my dealer. But one of the weaker sides of them is the cable, which is made of plastic and it doesn't look very good, really. So the cable is of lesser quality and I think I would have to change it if I bought these headphones. But if you have to choose between metal headphones, whether you choose Pianoforte series or Lila full metal jacket, it depends on you. These all have dynamic drivers and Lila have balanced armatures, 12 of them for each ear tip to be exact, which is pretty amazing. But still I'm not sure which one sounds better. Okay, let's wrap it up. Thank you very much for watching. Comment below. I hope this was interesting for you. Please excuse my English, I'm not native speaker, but I hope this was understandable. And I'm waiting for your likes and subscribes. See you!